Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful planet. Welcome to 2CTV, your global news channel. We have some breaking news coming from the Middle East. The Israeli Defense Forces have successfully destroyed and brought down the gate to Iran's main political prison, Evin Prison, which of course is the home of many political prisoners right now. And also the whole thing is completely chaotic. We are getting information about that. Almost 1,000 IRGC members and militants have been eliminated over the last couple of hours. Many strikes by the IDF across the capital in Tehran. The whole city has been brought down. And in the meantime, the Crown Prince of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, has announced that the transition government is coming. He and his team are in touch with the defectors from the armed forces who are joining the revolution, and things are happening. And of course, we have a very interesting social media post by Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel. And I've got my hair cut, which is the most important thing. And we actually have finally the lion, the sun and lion flag of Iran, or the rising lion, which is coming home. All right, so let's give you guys the latest update. Evin Prison in the north of Tehran has been destroyed by the IDF. This is a short video of the moment that the main gate was opened and destroyed by the Israelis. This is a historic moment. Today in Iran, this is their Berlin Wall moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this gate of the Evin prison has been a very symbolic thing over the last few decades. I love how in the live chat you guys are focusing on the very, very important things when it comes to this. People are saying, breaking news, new haircut. Yes, that's the important thing, right? Also, it did get a little bit too short. I wasn't really expecting that. Anyway, the Iranian citizens are now storming towards the Evin prison where the political prisoners are located. Let's quickly go to that video. We are getting some more information about what's happening inside and outside the prison. The gate of hell has been opened. So, some of the intel we received also thanks to our 2CTV reporter Niak Orbani, that families of prisoners are obviously gathered in front of the Evin prison. The update that we have is that the overall situation inside the prison is chaotic. There are reports of unrest, prison riots, blocked corridors, and prison wardens and officials are fleeing the premises. They're not staying in the prison. Sources claim that only a few armed guards remain in place, preventing the prisoners, all of them, from escaping or other people from entering. It's a completely chaotic situation. Of course, the families are trying to go in to rescue their loved ones. There are also reports that the prison's deputy warden has been eliminated by the IDF. We will get the confirmation from Israelis shortly, and also we'll wait for more updates from Niak and our other sources. So that's happening right now. The whole thing is, the gates have been blown up, and there are more videos coming from Evin. We'll talk about that, and then we're going to talk about what the King of Iran, Reza Pahlavi, is planning to do. I believe the next video, we have to give a shout out to Iran International.
اوینه اینجا، زندان اوین، زندان اوین زن.
Millions and millions of Iranians have been waiting for this historic moment, and they are finally getting it. As I said, over the last couple of hours, the Israeli fighter jets and the IDF in general have been eliminating almost 1,000 IRGC members and militants, including the Basijis. Basijis, of course, the paramilitary wing of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard. These are the people who go around and beat up the protesters, essentially. And most of them are young people as well. They've been brainwashed. The headquarters have been destroyed. First, let's talk about the main headquarters of IRGC in Karaj, to the obviously outside of Tehran, to the west of it. Completely been obliterated by the Israelis in a surprise attack that they weren't even expecting at that point. Watch this. Yeah, we now have confirmation that the main headquarters of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps no longer exists. Watch. The true definition of F around and find out. They had a chance to surrender. They had a chance to make some sort of deal and stop enriching uranium. They had a chance to stop attacking Israel. They had a chance to stop threatening the rest of the world and oppressing their own people in Iran. They said no. And of course, now this is the result. The IRGC headquarters in the west of Tehran has also been well, completely ruined now. We do have a short video from that. Let's quickly go and watch. Completely destroyed, and of course the IRGC members are not too happy today. The tears of the Islamic Republic of Iran. We have to start, actually, I do have my our 2CTV mug. I'm gonna have to start collecting the Islamic Republic tears slowly or surely. All right, that's happening. Israel Katz has come out. Israel Katz, the defense minister of the state of Israel, has said that in accordance with the directives of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and myself, the IDF is now attacking with unprecedented force regime targets and government repression bodies in the heart of Tehran, including the Basij headquarters, Evin prison for political prisoners and opponents of the regime, the destruction of Israel clock in the Palestine Square in Tehran, the internal security headquarters of the Revolutionary Guard, the ideology headquarters, and other regime targets. For every shot fired at the Israeli home front, the Iranian dictator will be punished, and the attacks will continue with full force. We will continue to work to defend the home front and defeat the enemy until all war goals are achieved. Yes, the clock has been brought down finally. So in case you don't know, the Iranian regime have had this weird clock at the Palestine Square. Yeah, that is literally a Palestine Square in Tehran, right? And they just renamed it. They had this clock that shows how many days Israel has until it gets destroyed. Well, the clock has been destroyed now, so whoopsie. And the ideology headquarters. Now, this is part of the lessons that the Islamic Republic learned from Chairman Mao and China. We must have an ideology headquarters. It's just to brainwash people, basically. Re-education camps. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister, has done a very interesting post on Instagram. Look at this. The two lions of Israel and Iran. Yes, the Hebrew lion and the Persian lion hanging out, looking into the sun, waiting for a brighter future. So, take it as what you will. Of course, that means that the change is coming. Now, the King of Iran, King Reza Pahlavi, is stepping up. He just made a very important speech, a press conference in Paris, France. And he outlined his plans in terms of the transition government. He started with a direct message to Ali Khamenei. Oh, by the way, we do have an update on the Supreme Leader. You're going to love this. This is going to be fun. The Supreme Leader is a little bit lonely. He forgot to take his PlayStation 5 into the bunker. He doesn't have anything to play with. But King Reza directed his message to Khamenei and also mentioned that all those who are defecting from the armed forces, his team have now created an official channel so they could go and communicate because, oh yes, the civil war is coming.
It is time to end the suffering. So today, I have a direct message for Ali Khamenei. Step down, and if you do, you will receive a fair trial and due process of law, which is more than you have ever given any Iranian. To other senior regime officials, those of you whose hands are soiled with the blood of the Iranian people, you too will have to face justice. But we will not repeat the mistakes in other failed transitions. To those of you who are loyal to the Iranian nation and not the Islamic Republic, there is a future for you in a democratic Iran. If you join the people now, the choice is yours to make. I know these officers, these soldiers, these brave men exist because they are reaching out to me and telling me they want to be part of this national salvation. But now, greater coordination is needed. So to that end, today I am announcing that I am establishing a formal channel for military, security, and police personnel to reach out directly to me, my team, and our expanding operation. This is a secure platform to efficiently manage the growing volume of inbound communications and requests from those breaking with the regime and seeking to join our movement. For those patriotic members of our armed forces, the time is now to join the nation. If you do, I will make sure your service to Iran is not forgotten and is celebrated.
We also have some breaking news. The Chancellor of Germany, Friedrich Merz, has come out to say that there is absolutely no reason to criticize the United States for attacking the Islamic Republic of Iran. Go on, Germany! Brilliant. Of course, we were expecting this from the German government compared to Emmanuel Macron and all the other weirdos. So we have this, of course, the Iranian people and Reza Pahlavi himself, they continue to say that we don't need the Americans to impose a regime change on the people. It's the job of the people. They have to take control and they will do it. And of course, Reza Pahlavi is now leading the opposition to ensure to do that. We don't need the Western globalists to go around and redraw the map or anything like that. That never works. And the 20th century was a big lesson to everybody. Reza Pahlavi himself also pointed out that they outlined the plan for the transition, especially in terms of what's going to happen in the first 100 days and what the actual plan for the referendum is going to be. Of course, this is a move to bring back secularism and democracy into Iran, a secular, democratic country just like before. And of course, this is his plan.
I am stepping forward to lead this national transition, not out of personal interest, but as a servant of the Iranian people. I have a clear plan for transition and national renewal. Our transition and future democracy will be based on these three core principles: Iran's territorial integrity, individual liberties and equality of all citizens, separation of religion and state. The final form of this future democracy we seek will be for the Iranian people to decide in a national referendum. What I offer is not just a vision for the future of our country, but the plan to execute a peaceful, orderly transition. To achieve that, today I am announcing the following initial steps. First, I will convene a National Unity Summit. This gathering will include activists, dissidents, and groups from across the ideological spectrum who agree to these three principles. It will not be limited just to political groups, but business leaders, professionals, experts, and other groups with influence across Iranian society. This summit's objective will be to agree on a roadmap for democratic transition and reconstruction. Second, in parallel to the democratic process, I am developing an economic plan to rebuild Iran. We have already launched the Iran Prosperity Project, a comprehensive plan for the economic reconstruction and social stabilization of our country in 3 phases. The emergency phase of the first 4 to 6 months, the establishment phase of 18 to 24 months, and the normalization phase, which is long-term. In the coming days, my team of experts will publish the plans for the first 100 days after the collapse of the Islamic Republic based on this work.
Brilliant. And of course, Reza Pahlavi himself has confirmed that he is not seeking political office. It is his not job, obviously, to do that unless people want to push him to do something. And he will simply help with the transition and to ensure that the first constitutional referendum will take place, and of course the first free elections in decades and decades. Having said that, where is Ali? Where is Ali Khamenei? Oh no, so the dude is in a bunker with his family. The problem is he's running out of food and nobody knows how to get in touch with him. So the regime's contacts, who are now some of them defecting, they've now said Khamenei is currently unreachable. No one can get in touch with him in his bunker. Top officials, including the former president Hassan Rouhani and also the member of parliament Ali Larijani, and obviously former Justice Minister Sadegh Larijani as well. They're all seeking his approval, trying to get some sort of communication with him in terms of direct talks with the US or anything like that. They have failed to make contact. They don't know what to do. According to Iran Wire themselves and the Iranian outlets as well, only a small group, handful of people have access to Khamenei. They can go in and out. But Ali Larijani, who obviously his family are massive in terms of the Islamic Republic. He wants to position himself as a replacement. Nobody wants him, by the way. The difficulty is that his authority has been undermined because Khamenei disqualified him twice from running for presidency. So no one knows how Ali's doing. All we know that he might be a little bit bored. He doesn't have access to his medication. Of course, he does have cancer. And absolute mayhem right now in the capital. Right, while that's happening, Hamadana has been destroyed as well. The key IRGC facilities, that includes the missile and drone infrastructure near one of the air bases called Noja Air Base. A major military site has been used for their operations. This has also been completely obliterated by the Israeli fighter jets. Let's go. Now, in terms of what's going on with the main IRGC headquarters in Karaj, we showed you a couple of videos. We have another video that's come out to us. Obviously, this place has been major for the drone and missile programs as well. Let's quickly go to the next video from the former Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps headquarters. Let's go.
میدون سپاه کرج همین الان وای وای دم خونه خونه وای وای
It's done. it's been destroyed. All right. What is happening with the United States? The Iranian regime are preparing to launch an attack on the Americans. The US Embassy in Doha, in Qatar, have now released a major warning, an alert urging all American citizens in Qatar to shelter in place until further notice. And they are saying that, of course, this is out of abundance of caution. We have to be on standby. They've also urged their citizens to enroll in STEP and obviously follow the embassy updates closely. We are expecting, well, as far as we know, the Islamic Republic to launch an attack within the next couple of days, but it could be before. If they could find a supreme leader, I'm not really sure why they need him, considering he's not really in command anymore. So the problem is everybody under him continues to get eliminated. Today in Tehran, almost 1,000 IRGC terrorists have been killed. So the Israeli Defense Forces have also made a statement. A spokesperson said that the latest strikes targeting multiple regime headquarters in Iran, including the Tarallah headquarters, the main IRGC command for securing Tehran against external enemies, the General Information Security headquarters as well, Iran's internal security forces building responsible for monitoring and controlling communications have all been destroyed over the last couple of hours. We do have a video from Tehran showing this.
عظیمیه کرج 2 تیر 1404 حوالی فکر کنم گوهردشت یا میدون سپاه باشه.
Absolutely insane situation right now in the capital. Over the last couple of days, the Israelis have been focusing on a number of other cities, including Tabriz, Shiraz, Esfahan, and many other places. But today's all about the capital. Today's all about securing the capital. Now, the Sayed al-Shuhaba headquarters, which is a key IRGC command center, which is to coordinate Iran's regional militias and all the proxies, has also now been destroyed by the Israeli fighter jets. So good luck to the proxies of Iran. I'm not really sure how they're going to get funded now. It's gone, ladies and gentlemen. The proxies office gone. Now, Vanak district in the north of Tehran, which is not too far from the Evin prison, is now being targeted by the IAF. Let's quickly go and see what's going on in Vanak. Massive cloud and smoke across the city continues. The Sheikh Bahai area in Tehran, which is a key tech and government zone, which is linked to the main defense ministry of the country and also the cyber infrastructure. This was the latest target for the Israeli Defense Forces. Let's go and see what happened. Little bit whoopsie to the Iranian regime. Now we do have some more information about one of the most important things that is about to happen to this planet, in case you were not aware. This is very important. Stay with me. Ladies and gentlemen, we can now confirm. I need to put it on in the actual description box, by the way. Let me just prepare this for you. Hang on. This is very, very professional of me, right? We don't have the actual link. Okay, I'll sort that out in a second. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere because get you NMC 2025. Okay. We can now officially confirm that, if we can confirm, yes we can. The New media conference tickets are finally out. The NMC 2025. This is a very, very important event, especially when it comes to the future movement of our new media revolution across the whole world. We are getting new media outlets from all around the world to come to London for the first ever international new media conference to fully destroy the influence of the mainstream media, the corrupt, corporate lamestream media. Visit the website 2cevents.tv. I've also just put the link in the description now, so we can actually see that. It's the early birds tickets. Obviously, the members of the 2CTV have already received their tickets, but for those of you who haven't, go on 2cevents.tv. The link is in the description. Get your tickets to this new media conference. Trust me, you want to come because we got big plans. Special guests are coming. We're going to have music. We're going to have guests. It's going to be crazy. Of course, if you go on the website, you can see the list of some of the special guests that we have invited. It's going to be a whole day of fun and chaos in London at the heart of Keir Starmer's socialist government. All right, let's see what you guys are saying in the live chat. Nikki, thank you. Dolores says, much love from my hubby to your Charles Muller. Nice haircut. Thank you. It's gone too short, unfortunately, but it's fine. Give me a couple of weeks, it will come back. Have you watched The Dictator? It's relevant now. Yes, especially the bit about the missile, the rocket that has to be pointy. Love that film. Where is your Israeli flag? Somewhere, I don't know. I can't put all the flags of the whole world behind me, by the way. You can't do that. That's just... Also, I'm not going to have this, the Iranian flag here all the time. It's just relevant right now because we've just got a big update from the Crown Prince. I'm not the United Nations. What has the world come to when freedom and democracy-loving prisoners are escaping into society? I know, right? And Catherine says, are the people in the streets shouting death to the US? No, why would they do that? That would be a stupid thing. No, the Iranians are not against the US, obviously. The IRGC are, but not the Iranian people. This is fantastic news for the Middle East, but also the whole world. Thank you, IRGC and Trump. IRGC and Trump? Why are you thanking the IRGC? You truly have made the world safer for our children. Yeah, probably not the IRGC, but yeah. Thank you, Maya, for always reporting with truth and integrity. I have a feeling Lily meant to say IDF rather than IRGC, so yeah. Autocorrect. Kenny says, looking forward to seeing the Iranians organizing a flash dance and enjoying themselves again. Let's see how long that will take. Still a long way to go, by the way. Okay. Vote for Tommy Robinson for the Pride of Britain Bravery Award. Use his correct name or your vote won't count. Yes, Stephen Yaxi Lennon. Make sure you do that. Finally, Shiro Khorshid on your board. Love you, Maya. You are the best. Thank you, Paran. What's your thought on sleeper cells here in the US? So worried. Watching the prisoners freed makes me happy. My uncle was in Fidel Castro's prison in Cuba for 20 hard years. 20 years. That is insane. Yeah, I mean, there will be a little bit of a worry, but I'm not concerned about the US because the FBI under Kash Patel's leadership are on top of everything. The more worrying situation will be in countries like the UK or Canada. Because the establishment don't seem to be on top of it compared to the White House right now. It will be a short-term problem, which unfortunately we have to face because our politicians opened the doors over the last few years without vetting people's backgrounds. Stop letting people in, crazy people in. That sounded like a speech that could go down in history, but I cannot begin to fathom the sentiments in such a world. I can only hope for the best. That's all we can do. Become a member, become a 2CTV Plus member today, people. Yes, unfortunately, the discount is over, but you can still actually, one thing you can do, what is the thing? That's the app. Download the app. Download the 2CTV app. But where is everything else? Oh, yes, here. You can actually just join 2CTV Plus. You will still get 1 month free membership if you join as an annual subscriber. And as I said, download the 2CTV app today to get access to everything. All right. I meant IDF in my previous super chat. Love that. I had a feeling. A great image on BB's account. If you dream it, it can happen. Dr. Zulan says, the agency, see, how do you think Mossad is going to hire you when looking like a hobo? Take these holy shekels and get a haircut and look like a civilized gentleman. Even my cat refuses to watch your stream. I got a haircut. I am from Venezuela. Very important to interview our opposition leader, yes, Maria Corina, and Iran's Islamic regime in Venezuela protected by Maduro's dictatorship. Yes, we've actually discussed that recently, a few days ago, about Venezuela. The brilliant people of Venezuela who continue to be oppressed by that fat potato head Maduro. We will be planning to do something major when it comes to Venezuela on this channel, and of course on 2CTV Plus, hopefully a special documentary about Venezuela, exposing the links of the Islamic Republic to Venezuela and everything else that's been going on in that beautiful country that is now being ruined by a bunch of communists. Misha says the IRGC are as apparent as Ezra being a son of God in the Jewish scripture. Nada. Operation Praying Mantis 2 coming soon. Very soon. JSW. This is the end of the IRGC and their proxies. They will never get the funding that they had before to rebuild everything that they've done in the past few decades. That's very true. But the Prime Minister said it was mostly peaceful, deeply hidden underground secret facilities. Very, very peaceful, guys. Anyway, let's get some of the comments from the members of 2CTV Plus. Whoa, what happened here? There we go. All right, let's go to... Are we here? Yes, we are. Members of 2CTV Plus, what do you have to say? I'm so pleased to hear the news about the King of Iran stepping up, by the way, looking good. Slowly, it's still not there yet, by the way. We've still got some time. This is going to be a long road ahead. Nice haircut. And what do you think about the Russian nutters saying the countries are ready to give nukes and Putin ready to give a resolution? Yeah, that's fake. Moscow directly did not say that. They've said they're ready to help, especially with the mediation and things like that. But the Iran foreign minister went all the way to Moscow just to hear some nice words and no promises. So obviously Russia will be against any sort of expansion of the conflict in the region because it's going to affect their own infrastructure. But apart from that, that's it. Love your hairstyle, TC. Interesting how Israel opens prisons and flattens government buildings. So they must have the regime change in mind. Let's hope this nasty regime falls into the abyss within the next few hours. So Mr. Tusi Jr. and Mr. Tusi Sr. can be seen together on a 2CTV live show very soon. That's the thing. I mean, on the one hand, what you shouldn't do top-down regime change. You shouldn't do any sort of foreign country or government enforcing regime change in Iran onto the people. It never worked in the past when it came to Iraq and many other places. Having said that, this is a whole different thing because there's no need for the Americans or the Israelis or the Germans or anybody to impose a regime change. You got the Iranian people, it's their job to take control of their country. And they have a leader. Reza Pahlavi is their leader. So all Israel is doing is to eliminate the threat to their own country. In the meantime, the inevitable outcome is giving an opportunity to the Iranians to take control. So it's not imposing regime change. It's creating an opportunity, inevitably, for Reza Pahlavi and everybody else to lead the transition. All of us in Israel are exhausted. Let's hope for a successful conclusion soon. Long live the Iranian people. Am Israel Chai. This is the whole thing, by the way. Israel had to do this mostly because they can't just keep going around for years and years fighting against the proxies of the IRGC because they keep popping up. Yeah, you can go destroy Hamas for a bit, you can go hit the Houthis for a bit, destroy Hezbollah. There's just going to be new proxies being created. You can't just keep doing that. Decades and decades. You have to go to the head of the octopus, which is the Islamic Republic, destroy that, and then Israel will be safe. That's it. Can the Israeli armed forces please pay a visit to the UK to repeat the process? That is treason. Absolutely treasonous talk. Dasman says that if Ali Khamenei equals the eye toilet, then Reza Pahlavi. So the eye toilet thing, I am very tempted to create a new merchandise about that on 2CTV. I don't know how cancelled I'll get, but I don't really care. As an Israeli who has been to England and also lived in Australia for a year, you both have the same leader essentially and both need saving. Vanilla leader. Figured out how to join the chat finally. Really appreciate this channel. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy that. Iran Republic Goofball Company. Bye. Oh, IRGC. That's good. I love that. Goofball Company. As an Israeli Jew, I would like to point out that it's not true what many say, that non-Muslim Iranians are good. What? Non-Muslim Iranians? The King Reza Pahlavi is a great man and is a Muslim Shia. Yeah, but he's not really practicing. As well, it doesn't make him bad. No, but the Iranian Muslims are not real Muslims, so they're fine. That's the whole point about the Iranian culture, because they didn't allow Islam to completely influence the culture. Obviously, historically, the 30% of the country who are Muslim, they've been, born into Islamic families, but they don't really care. They're not the same as the rest of the Islamic world, who are Puritan. They believe in the ideology. Most of the Iranians, I could say, if I exaggerate, 90%, 99% of the Iranian Muslims haven't even read the Quran. So it's just there. Anyway, I know many Iranian Muslims that are not extremists. Yeah, they're not. And are very good people. So please don't believe that all Muslims are bad. Only the extremists are bad. Well, no, it's not the extremists that are bad. It's any Muslim that actually believes in the book. Any Muslim that read the book and still believes in the text of the book, that's just Islam. That's not extreme. That's just Islam. Islam by nature is extreme. So people think you have moderate, nice, religious Islamic people, and you've got extreme. No. For example, you could have had that, actually back in the day maybe, some of the sects of Christians. Ooh, yeah, the Crusaders, nothing wrong with that, by the way. And then you got the moderate Christians. Or any sort of hypothetical religion. In Islam, it's not the extreme side of Islam and the moderate side, or everybody else. It's those who don't really follow it. No, they say they're Muslim. And the rest of it is just Islam. Because Islam, by nature, is extreme. Islam, by nature, as a whole, if you follow it properly, is extreme. It doesn't need an extreme side. The whole thing is extreme. So yeah, if you're basically a good Muslim, nice Muslim, that means you're not really a believer. You don't really practice what the book tells you. Maya, I can finally see your ears. Big ears. Nice haircut. Thank you. Poor Ayatollah Khamenei. Perhaps he should play his flaccid member instead. He's a total W after all. Thanks for that. I love a good revolution. Praise for Iran and the Crown Prince. Glad you had time for a haircut. I know, just about. Individual liberties, the separation of religion from the state, music to the ears of freedom lovers everywhere. Exactly. It's a good outcome in Iran. Ayatollah news. Well, he's still alone in a bunker, unfortunately. He's very lonely. I hope he has access to TV so he could watch 2CTV. Ali Khamenei, if you're watching this, I hope you're having a great day. And I hope you have some sort of Uber Eats or Deliveroo app so you could order takeaway. Otherwise, you're going to be very, very hungry. The movement will accelerate rapidly now. It should shut up. What? Oh, all the naysayers. You know who you are. All power to the Iranian people and the Israelis. You're all doing a fantastic job. And you remember all those people who say, oh, World War III is going to happen and the Iranian military is not, we're never going to be defeated and the Iranian people don't know what they're doing. You're not laughing now, are you? Hasn't the Ayatollah's bunker been destroyed? The areas outside has been destroyed. They're still trying to find the entrance. This is going to be the most impressive bunker when it's found. I would love to know who designed it, because I'm sure it's the same people who did the Hamas bunkers in Gaza, by the way. Could he be lonely and hungry under the rubble? Well, nobody can get in touch with him. It's him and his family in the bunker. Even his own officials can't find him. So, and he's not well, so he could die just randomly underneath. Going back to some super chats. Where are we? Did I do this? I am so disappointed that so many news outlets and social media are acting like the Crown Prince and freedom-seeking people do not exist and only focus on the regime and Islamists. Or if you're a crazy nutter like Rudy Giuliani, who supports the Marxist Islamists, the Mujahideen, who is a tiny group that oppose the current regime, but they're also Islamic, which makes no sense. Mujahideen are a cult of communism and Islam. Combine Islam and communism, you get Mujahideen. And they've been supported by Giuliani. Really? No. I don't know how much they paid him. They've been very good at lobbying, the politicians, Mujahideen. Canada needs the IDF. Well, yeah. Carol says, I saw an IDF blonde female, badass flying a jet plane. It's a beautiful thing to know these women are hitting a regime that suppresses women. But the main reason that the IDF sends out their female pilots is because if a female pilot kills you as a jihadi, you can't go to heaven. You can't get killed by a woman. It's so good. Send all the women to hit them, stop them from going to heaven. IRGC is an endangered species of octopus. Yes, it's gone. Go in, not gone. Anyway, it's going to be busy. It's going to be crazy. But for now, we are focusing on what's going to happen. Also, I just did the promotion for the new media conference. I forgot to mention. It's on the 9th of... 9th? I don't know. Is it on the 9th? 9th of August. It's on the 9th of August in central London. The early bird tickets are now out. New media conference, our first ever international new media conference in central London on the 9th of August. The link is in the description box down the below of the video. You get access to a whole day of a full packed agenda with new media outlets from around the world joining us. We're going to have panels, we're going to have music, we're going to have game shows. It's going to be crazy. And afterwards, we're going to get drunk. So join us, book your tickets immediately. And yes, you're watching from all around the world. You're going to have to get on the plane, get to London. It's worth it. This is our new media revolution against the mainstream media. Join us. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.